Thank you for taking your valuable time to join us in what we hope will be a great service to you in fielding membership questions with regard to MEMSTATS and the post roster. We fully understand that our timing for these sessions are not convenient for everyone. However, by recording the session with your active participation, we hope to be able to field your questions and add to the benefit of these recordings. Our intent is to produce short interactive videos for instructional view at posts, districts, or even department meetings in the future. Due to the limitations of the program, verbal interaction will not be possible. However, at the end of the presentation, we will give you an email and phone number so we may address your questions. With me today is the Membership Department, Rick Butler, my Deputy Director of Membership, and Corey Coronet, my Assistant Director. We too are learning the tremendous powers of this medium, so please bear with us, and please give us your questions at the end of the presentation. What I'd like to do is go back one step and let you see we're going to be talking again today about MEMSTATS and the post roster. Two very different reports. First, let's take a look at the membership statistics found on the online membership system available to every member who takes the time to log into the OMS system. The first graph I'm going to be using is that of membership statistics found on the OMS services to our membership. I'm going to go over the few of the categories that may or may not come into question during your travels. The first box refers to 5, which is the state code for California. Second box, post 9223. District 3. The post has 834 life members. They have 2 new members, 0 reinstated members, and have collected the dues on 38 annual members. This gives them a total of 874 members. Their prior year total, the number of members they collected dues on during the 2013-14 membership year ending June 30th was 961. Your prior year membership is your goal to either meet or exceed obtaining your over 100%. Currently, the post is standing at 90.94%. They are in Division 1. The R and S box refers to revocated or suspended. The post is neither. The post is in the city of Arlington. To date, no new members or members that fall into the reinstated or recovered category have become life members, so they have 0. Prior annual members. This is the number of annual members that paid post 9223 during the membership year 2013-2014. This is the number that we use for you to calculate your retention. Your retention is based off the number of annual members your post had last year. At this time, the post has 37.72%, or in this particular case, they have retained 43 members of the 114 annual members the post had last year. While we're talking about retention and prior annual members for last year, there's a lot of questions going around that are dealing with retention. What makes up my retention? Why is my retention what it is? So we've made up a slide for you, and it actually appears on page 9 of your National Membership Report, which is the very back page of your National Membership Report, of which I hope each and every one of you have downloaded and familiarized yourself with. It's extremely difficult for a line officer or a post officer to answer questions on membership program when you've never taken the time to download that program or to look at that program. But again, on page 9, we have defined what makes up your retention percentage. Your post-retention percentage for 2014-2015 is derived simply from the 6 types of payment components based on your prior year count of annual members. Number 1, any annual member that paid you in 2014 pays you in 2015, your post gets credit for retention. Any prior annual member that pays on the installment life program, you get credit for retention. Any of your prior annual members that pays you the full fee life membership fee, you get retention. A prior year annual member that is transferred to another post and pays that post, you get the retention. A prior year annual member in your post that transfers and becomes an installment life member, your post gets that retention count. And finally, a prior year annual member that transfers and becomes a life member in that transferred post, you get the retention. Now here's one very special item that you want to note. New, recovered, and transferred annual members into your post do not count in your retention percentage. Those are members transferring into your post, not a member that paid you 2014 dues that is part of your prior year total that transfers into another post. So there's a difference. If they transfer out of your post and pay, you get credit. If they transfer into your post and pay, the other post gets the credit. Now let's move on, but before we go into MEMSTATS, first let's define MEMSTATS so we can understand just what it is and what it's not. MEMSTATS, quite simply, is the numerical count of every annual and life member that the post receives a payment on between July 1st and June 30th. Again, it's very important that you understand this definition. MEMSTATS, quite simply, is the numerical count of every member and life member that the post receives payment on between July 1st and June 30th. Let's address some of the questions regarding myths and mysteries of MEMSTATS. First question was, do I lose MEMSTAT count when a member is deceased? No, you do not lose count. Once a member has paid your post, that count becomes permanent until the June 30th, 2015, when on July 1st, starting the new membership year, we revert your post back to 0. So no, a member pays you and passes away a few months, few weeks, few days. You do not lose that member count. I'm 100% in March, and then I can be 89% in June under subscription dues. No, this is not true. A member may not be due for a payment until May. However, he's not charged against your MEMSTATS. When he pays you, your membership MEMSTATS will increase. Subscription dues prevents me from making 100%. The answer is no. It does not prevent you from making 100%. It may delay your 100% if you're not signing up any new or recovered members. Because if you have a post of 100 members and you collect 99 of them by December 31st, and you have one member that doesn't have to pay until May 15th, your post will be 99%. As soon as that one member pays, your post will be 100%. But the key here is to recruit all 12 months of the year. Because if you wanted to be 100% by December 31st and you collected 99 of your annual and life members, and you signed up one new member, that post of 100 would be 100%. So, this is one of the big benefits of subscription dues, is it encourages recruiting on a 12-month basis. Now, let's take a look at the post roster. Many times I go to the field and I'm presented with the question, my post roster does not equal my MEMSTATS. Okay, the post roster contains the names of every annual and every life member currently that holds a relationship with your post. Now, the relationship could be a paid annual member, a life member, or an unpaid member. The member is unpaid, but he still holds a relationship to your post, because when he does pay his dues, your post gets credit for him because he belongs to your post. You have that relationship with that member. So, again, the post roster contains the names of every member and life member currently having a relationship with your post. Let's take a look at the post activity report, the post for active members, I'm sorry. This is also available to you on the online member system. Now, this is a report that is available to your post quartermaster only. Unlike the membership statistics, it's not available to every member by simply logging in and opening this account. This is an account specific to your post quartermaster. What this report allows your quartermaster to do is, by pulling down all, he can get a list of every member associated to your post. He can also pull up every life member that's a member of your post, every unpaid member of your post, every new member of your post, and also deceased members from your post. Let's take a look at all real quickly. Let's say you have a post of 100 members. And during the course of the membership year, all 100 members pay you, which gives you a roster of 100 members, and it also gives you a MEMSTAT count of 100. Now, 5 members transfer into your post, non-paying transfers. They did not pay you. Therefore, your MEMSTAT count will not increase. We've discussed that. However, their names go on your roster because they are now associated to your post. Therefore, we have an imbalance. The roster says 5, your MEMSTATs say 100. This is why we're explaining to you that their reports hold 2 different pieces of information, and very seldom will they ever balance. So, that's the difference between your MEMSTATs and your roster. Now, also on this post report for active members, we give your quartermaster the power to view members that are expiring in a specific number of days. To help in your recruiting efforts, we give you 3 different categories of expiration. The first category is 30 days or less. That list contains the names of members whose dues will expire in 30 days or less. Second category is a list of the members whose dues will expire between 31 and 60 days. The last category is the category that your members that will expire within a 61 to 90 day period of time. It's very important that you understand the 30, 60, 90 concept, because this is a tool we give you to allow you to pull up your delinquent members that are coming up in those periods of time. But we don't want you to misconstrue or to confuse that information with the dues notice information, of which we're going to discuss in one more slide. But now I want you to take a look at the post report for active members. This report also is confined to the post quartermaster because he goes to the post query and downloads this report. There's a couple of very important pieces of information on here. First of all, it gives you the paid through date. And let's take a look at the very first one, and hopefully you can see that up on your screens. It says that Mr. Dobbs is paid through until 6/6 of 2013. His dues have expired. He has 14 days remaining on this particular form that we have. 14 days. Now, you also have the expired category. And please understand that this is the membership on, again, 5/22 of 13. So that's why a June 6, 2013 is showing 14 days expired. Now, we also show you days remaining. We have 4 members that are expired. You will also have paid members on your list that are showing that they will not be due for a payment till May 15th. In our particular case, using this year's structure, 2015. So they are paid dues members. They are members in good standing until May 15th of 2015. They are going to show on this roster as being expired. The reason they're showing expired is they need to make a dues payment during the 2014 year, 2015 year, which goes between July 1st and June 30th. Their membership is going to expire. Their membership is not expired. So take note of that. When you pull up a list of all, it takes into consideration every member that has an association to your post. That's why we give you, and it's very important that we understand that that's why we give you the members that are going to expire in 30, 60, or 90 days. Your all list is designed to give you everyone that is associated to your post. Then you need to drill down on that roster of all and look at independent information. However, we've taken the time to give you different categories that you can drill down specifically rather than printing out an all roster and then having to source through each and every one of your members. Now, this is the renewal notice timeline. And this is what I wanted to discuss with you, where I didn't want you to confuse the 30, 60, 90-day option for your collections of unpaid dues. This is a 5-month, 3-month, and 1 month is our mailing schedule to those annual members. Now, what we have depicted here is the 2014 December 31st expiration date. These are the members that will expire, which is the vast majority of our members during this particular year. These are the vast majority of members that will expire on 12/31/2014. Now, what this is showing you is, first one, subscription dues began on January 14th. Everyone last year that paid after January 14th has what we call a subscription dues date. In other words, their due date will not be 12/31. Their due date will be the day 12 months later that they paid us dues on. If they paid us on January 31st, their expiration date is January 31st, 2015. What this is showing you is on August 1st, we sent out a dues notice to be received at the member's home on August 1st. These are the members, again, that expire on 12/31/2014. We intended that dues notice to reach them in August. Unlike previous years where we've sent dues notices out in July, those dues notices do not go out any longer. The first dues notice reaches the member's home in August 1st. The second dues notice is compiled, mailed, and designed to reach the member on October 1st. These are the members that are, again, going to expire on 12/31/2014. Our next dues notice, which is being compiled now by our mailing companies, is designed to reach that member's home on December 1st. It would be very helpful if you coincided your phone call of 30 days expiration with the dues notice reaching the member's home in December. As we all know, December is an extremely busy month, and we want to try to collect as many of those dues as we possibly can. Another tidbit of information down at the bottom, it says, note, members with a valid email address will receive an electronic 6-month, 4-month, and 2-month notice. These email collection notices are mailed out prior to the mailing, so in the hopes that that member will pay us before we have to expend the money and postage on a dues notice. So it kind of gives us a little bit of extra bang for our buck, and that's what we need today in this economy. Now, questions. We're asking you to take the time, and if I haven't made something crystal clear to you, please, we're going to be giving you some email addresses and some phone numbers on the next slide. Please let us know. Let us answer your questions. We want you to get the right information right. We don't want incorrect information affecting your performance or your ability to do your job as an officer. So, any questions you have, please give us a call and let us know. We're going to be doing more of these monthly seminars via the web. So if you have any suggestions on topics that you would like your membership department to address, let us know. We'd be more than happy to develop that webinar and cover your concerns and questions. That's what we're here for. Now here's some important information for you to jog down. Membership department contact information. My email address is bkreiter@vfw.org, which is very simple, because if you know the first name and the last name of a director or a staff employee, it follows in the same manner that mine does. Rick Butler, my deputy director, rbutler@vfw.org. Corey Coronet @vfw.org. Please jot down these phone numbers. We would encourage you to call or email. Either medium is fine. We'd love to talk to you, or we'd love to answer your email address. Sometimes on more intricate questions or demanding questions or information that you don't feel comfortable in going to a long drawn-out written email, please give us a call. It's easier for both of us to discuss your questions and comments. So, in closing, what we'd like to leave with you is 1. MEMSTATS is nothing more than the numerical count of members that pay you between July 1st and June 30th. The roster and the MEMSTATS are not designed to match. MEMSTATS is the number of people that have paid you. The roster is the people that are associated to your post. Retention is made up of 6 different categories, and those categories again can be found by downloading your national membership report and looking at page 9. If you have not downloaded this membership report, take the time to do it. It's a very valuable piece of information, and it'll help you answer probably 80% of all the questions that you're confronted with by your posts, by your districts, or in your department. Again, let us help you. That's what we're here for. We hope that this webinar is giving you some good, conscientious information. I don't think I'm going to get any offers for you to be a commentator on a radio show, but I'll improve with this, and hopefully you'll be there to see that improvement by participating in these webinars. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your valued support of this organization and the daily work that you take out of your busy schedule to take and do on a volunteer basis. And thank you for everything in the past. Have a great Thanksgiving.